In the last 2 years, the unthinkable happened. I'm not talking about a pandemic sweeping around the world, sickening millions and shutting down businesses. As dramatic as that was, it happened before in 1918 and since that time even. No, what was truly unthinkable and has never happened before is the revolutionary change to the nature of work. Until the COVID crisis, working from home was a passing fad, adopted by some and despised by others. Now it's a permanent fixture and an established employee expectation. If a job doesn't necessitate a person's physical presence, remote work is now the norm, with a mere 1 or 2 days in the office, if at all. This impacts most dramatically the dynamics of weekly sales team meetings, tripping up sales leaders everywhere who now have to rally their reps in a meaningful way via a flat screen. How's that going for you? Hello, I'm Bill Zipp, and I help sales leaders achieve long-term success with a people-centered approach to performance. This is video 4 in a 7-part series on successful sales team meetings. Unlike an in-person sales team meeting where people chat with each other walking down the hall, gather around tables eating food, and experience the collective energy that occurs when people are in the same room together, none of these emotional dynamics, not one of them, exist in a virtual meeting on Zoom or Microsoft Teams. It's essential then, as sales leaders, to plan the first 5 minutes of a virtual sales team meeting in a deliberate way so emotional energy is injected into the equation. Without this planning, virtual meetings fall flat and default to a decidedly unmotivated set of slide decks and boring number crunching. So here's what to do in the first 5 minutes of all your virtual sales team meetings to make them pulse with energy. Connect, celebrate, and concentrate. 1. Connect. The first activity that injects energy into your virtual sales team meetings is creating connections between the people in the room. The default, a few loquacious souls talking about the weekend and the weather, is not enough. In a virtual setting, you must be more intentional with your connections. Here's what I do. I pose an interesting question like, what city were you born in? Or what was your first real sales job? Or if I gave you $1 million, what would the first thing you do with it? This gets people talking with each other in a non-threatening manner, telling a little bit about themselves and injecting energy into the meeting. Now, don't go around the room robotically with these questions, however. Assign everyone a number and roll a dice to see who gets to answer first and second. Or have attendees answer the question on the panel chat of your virtual meeting software and interact out loud from the chat. Again, because there are no hallways to talk in or tables to gather around, intentional connection is critical in the first 5 minutes of a virtual sales team meeting. So is celebration. 2. Celebrate. A second injection of energy that a virtual meeting needs to take it to the next level is a meaningful celebration. In sales, there are dozens of ways to do this. Celebrate the latest won deal or the biggest deal closed since your last meeting. Congratulate the winners of a fun contest or monthly sales goal leaders. Appreciate the extra effort others have given that don't usually get noticed, and recognize birthdays, anniversaries, and personal milestones. In other words, praise, 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 praise. There's always plenty to praise people about. You don't have to make stuff up. Just catch team members doing things right and publicly acknowledge those things, injecting energy into your virtual team meetings. Now, 3, concentrate. After connecting and celebrating, don't dive into business. You need one more injection of energy. Introduce the main topic of the meeting and explain exactly why that topic is important to the people in attendance. If there's not a main topic, introduce the first topic of your meeting and explain exactly why that topic is important to the people in attendance. Except do it in reverse order. Start with the why and then say what. Here's an example of how I would do this. It's happened to all of us. You have a great first meeting with a perfect prospect. They responded to your email campaign, downloaded one of our white papers, and scheduled an appointment. The second appointment, like the first one, went fabulous. Everything was pointing to a big, fat win for you, and then nothing. The prospect and the company she works for goes completely dark, disappearing into a black hole. In today's meeting, we're going to discuss the essential sales skills you can master so this doesn't happen to you ever again. Notice how stating in very clear terms before we start talking about a topic, what's in it for the reps so they're motivated to concentrate on it. While this may sound like a lot of work, it really isn't. The 3 C's only take a few minutes of thoughtful preparation. It's essential for conducting successful virtual sales team meetings that are filled with energy and vitality. The 3 C's will do the same for your in-person meetings as well. In my next video on successful sales meetings, we'll discuss how to conduct effective one-on-ones with individual sales team members. Please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single session, or better yet, schedule an appointment with me to discuss your specific sales challenges, because every salesperson deserves a great sales manager. Thanks for watching.